Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while since I've done one of these voiceovers, but I'm nice and rested now after my trip away in Malaysia. It's hard to believe that this time 2 weeks ago I was jet skiing around some tropical islands, and here I am now, back in the UK. But anyways, it's good to be back. So to kickstart the charcoals, I thought I'd draw a beautiful tiger, which is a symbol of courage and strength. And the tiger can be seen all over Malaysia. So this canvas is a little piece of Malaysia and a little piece of my trip away. Ironically, Charcoal Dave arrived back to the UK and he had no soft charcoals, so I pretty much just laid down the basic layer with a little bit of willow, and I added in some soft graphite powder just to create that base tone. What I'm doing now is I'm applying some compressed charcoal just to define some of the darker areas. Something I was thinking about while creating this piece, and how I was potentially going to title it, was that I'm not a printer and I don't desire to be a printer, and this is why I work this way. I find it a little bit more artistic. It's a little bit more loose and I have a lot more freedom. So while I await for my soft charcoals to be delivered, I'm just going to go ahead and use the compressed charcoal and define some of the darker areas. And once I have the whole image mapped out, it's going to be a very easy process with the soft charcoals to blend and create all those definitions and textures. I'm just using a little bit of my willow now, just to add in some of the mid-tones. And now that my XL Soft Charcoal block has arrived, I can go ahead now and really start defining the image. This is really when the tiger will start to come to life. And for those of you who continue to watch my videos, you'll know that I waffle on a lot about contrast. So what I will be doing now is emphasizing the darkest tones and the lightest tones to really create as much contrast as possible. The key to creating any piece of artwork is to understand contrast. It really doesn't matter what paper you use or what medium you use. Once you understand the fundamentals of creating contrast and working with tones, you will always get excellent results. I really can't emphasize this enough. So continuing with the soft charcoal block, now I'm just adding it into those darker areas where I had initially put down the compressed charcoal, and using my fingers I'm going to blend the soft charcoal out into the lighter area, creating some kind of hair textures. At a later stage I will go back and I'll use my eraser to create some of the lighter hair textures. But for now I'm trying to focus on just covering the whole canvas as I plan on working backwards. As you can see with my eraser, I've gone ahead and I've cut a few little shapes into the eraser, and what this will do is this will create textures as I run the eraser over the canvas, it will automatically lift any of the kind of mid and light tones, and it'll give me different gradients of air textures, I guess. By applying more pressure with the eraser, it lifts more charcoal, creating a whiter texture, and by applying less pressure to the eraser, I get a mid-tone or a mid-hair texture. And by continuing this method over and over, I'm building up all these different hair tones. As you can see now, the tiger is really starting to come to life from where we first started when we initially applied some of the willow. And once again, I'm going to emphasize contrast. So at the start of the canvas, I just mapped it all out and I identified some of the darker areas. With the soft charcoal, I could then blend out, and then the final stage is then working backwards with the eraser and creating all those beautiful textures. And I am so happy with the end results. It looks fairly realistic, but at the same time, it doesn't look like it was printed, and this is what I was trying to achieve. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. And yeah, I hope to make a lot more now that I'm back home. One love.